Hello grade 2s and any grade 3s who have decided to join us for a little bit of extra practice. I'm glad you're here. So as you can see, I've written up the questions that we did last week again so that we can go through them. Hopefully by now you've long since done them and maybe even forgotten about them, but we're going to go through them together again and hopefully they weren't too tricky for you. If they were, please pay attention. We'll go through them together and figure it out. We're going to start with this one here. Spoiler, it's the easy one. So let's start here by making our tea. Again, you don't have to make the tea, but it's a good idea. All right, we always start with the ones. 8 minus 7. Let's do the method I showed you. We put up the bottom number of fingers, which would be 7. Then we touch the 8 and count backwards. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Some of you knew that immediately. Good for you. All right, now we move on to the tens. 2 minus 1. You know what? I'll let you just do that one. 2 minus 1, 2, take away 1, 1. We got that. So the answer to that one is 11. I think most of you probably figured that out pretty easily. Now let's do one that's a little more challenging, one where we have to borrow. So let's take a look at that here. So we've got 63 minus 47. So let's draw our T. And let's look at the ones where we start. 3 minus 7. Now remember, you can't subtract up. You cannot start with the 7, take away 3, and write a 4. That is not the correct answer. Remember the pizza place. They only have 3 pieces of pizza and the customer wants 7. You can't just say, oh, well, customer, here's 3 pieces of pizza and now I have 4 left. That doesn't make any sense. So we need to borrow from the pizza place next door. All right? So we're going to borrow a box of pizzas. Well, actually, we're not going to borrow them. You're not going to give the pizza back, but that's okay. Okay, so we're borrowing a box of pizza. They have 5 left. Now, there's 10 pieces in a box, so 10 plus 3 makes 13. 13 minus 7, we can do that. That's enough pizza. Okay, let's put up 7 fingers again, just like in the last question. Just about put up 6, apologies. So we have 7, touch the 13 and count backwards. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. We have 6 pieces of pizza left in the pizzeria. Now next door, we have 5 boxes. A customer walks in and wants 4. That's fine, we can do that. Let's just do that simply. 5, take away 1, 2, 3, 4. We have how many left? Just the 1. So 63 minus 47 equals 16. I hope you're with me. If you're not, go back, rewatch this part of the video. That's the beautiful thing about teaching this way. I mean, I miss you guys, but at least if you miss what I'm talking about, you can go back and check. And I know you all listened to every word I said in the classroom, but just in case you didn't happen to catch what I said. So please rewatch it if you didn't understand it, all right? But if you did, let's join me on the next one here. We have 95 minus 36. All right, let's draw that T. Okay, let's use the pizza. We got 5 pieces, they want 6. All right, well that's not going to work. We need to get another box of pizza from next door. Oh good, they've got 9 boxes. They can give us 1. So now they only have 8 boxes left because they gave us 1. All right, now a box has 10 pieces inside. Add that to the 5, 10 plus 5, we have 15 pieces now. Well, that'll work. 15 minus 6. Now, full disclosure, as a kid, I always found it hard to subtract the number from the one that was just above it. And you'll see what I mean here in a second. I had a hard time getting my head around it. But it gets a little bit easier the more you practice it. So we have 15 minus 6. Let's put up 6 fingers. There we go. Touch the 15 and count backwards. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. All right. There we have 9. All right, now we need to subtract the tens. We've got 8, and we need to subtract 3. 3 fingers up, touch the 8, and count backwards. 8, 7, 6, 5. And so the answer to 95 minus 36 is 59. All right. Now, remember what I've told you. Just because you understand it when I do it doesn't mean you yet know how to do it yourself, okay? That's like watching sumo wrestling and think that you can get up there and be a wrestler. Don't do that. Never do that. That's not a good idea. You have to practice this yourself. So please and thank you. Go through these, practice more questions, get someone at home to write extra questions for you. You can write your own questions. Why not? You can do that. Just put some numbers down and try subtracting them and see how that works. Just remember, the larger number does need to go on top, okay? You can't have 11 minus 42. We don't do that in our math yet, okay? So don't do that. So now today we are going to move on to some addition. There, through the magic of editing, you didn't have to watch me erase the boards. As I said, we're going to practice some addition today. So we're totally changing gears. We're making bigger numbers, non-smaller numbers, okay? So keep that in mind here. So we're switching gears. So remember, it's a very similar idea. We make a T. We start with the ones. Now in this case though, if the number is bigger than 10 and bigger, we have to bring the 10 over to the tens column. Now we call that carrying the 1. It's not the best description because it's not really a 1. You've actually made a 10, but it's the way that we describe it. So when you're talking about it at home with people, they might understand it better that way. And it's not wrong. It's just a different way of understanding it, okay? So we're gonna start here with the lower number. We've got 16 plus 15. All right, let's draw that T. There we go. Some of you, I taught this to you by drawing a little house. You could do that if you remember how, that's fine. I think the T is actually a little bit less complicated. So it is up to you, both are fine, but I'm gonna do the T. So we have 6 plus 5. Now, do you remember how I showed you the finger thing that we did with subtraction? You can do it with adding to. In fact, it's a better way to add, to count on. A lot of kids will wanna draw little dots and count them all up. And you can do that. If you know how to do it that way, if that makes it easier for you, go for it. There's more than one way to do this. But if you'd like to make this a little bit quicker, think about this. We already know that this top number is 6. Do we really need to draw the dots and count it all over again? Or can we know this is 6 and then add 5 more? That's what we call counting on. So just like the subtraction, I want you to put up the bottom number of fingers. But instead of putting them down and taking them away, we're adding, we're putting more on. So touch the 6, and then we're counting up now, okay? To show you the difference, I won't be putting my fingers away. I'm gonna touch them to show you that we're adding more, not taking away, okay? So bottom number's 5, touch the 6 and add on. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, now for the moment, I'm gonna write 11. Don't freak out on me. I know we can't have 2 digits in one spot. That's okay, just for now to show you. So we have 11. Now 11 is a 10 and a 1 put together, right? 10 plus 1 is 11. The 1 gets to stay, but that 10 is gonna go over here to the tens column. And the way that looks when we do it is we write a 1 to show 1 10. So that's why we say it's carrying the 1, because we carried a 1 over to the tens column to show that we have 1 10. Now, 1 plus 1 plus 1. 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. So 16 plus 15 equals 31. All right. We're gonna move on to the big one here now. So let's draw our T over 27 plus 64. So we have 7 and 4. Let's practice counting on again. So we already know it's 7. Let's just add 4 more on top of that. It's gonna save us time, okay? So put up the bottom number in your fingers, touch the 7 and count on. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Look at that. I had 11 over there too. All right, now again, I'm going to write both down just so you can see that it added up to 11. So we can't have 2 digits there. That's not how that works. We need to take that new 10 we made and put it in the tens column over here. So we're going to carry the 1, we'll move the 10 over to the tens column. All right, and now we're going to add these together. 1 plus 2 plus 6. All right, let's do that. So we have 1 plus 2 more, plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we have 9. So the answer to 27 plus 64 is 91. All right, let's do one more over here together, and then I'm going to give you some to try on your own at home, and that's all we're going to do for this today. This one's a little more tricky, but I know some of you will have no trouble at all. Okay, starting with the ones. 8 plus 6. We know the 8. Let's count on 6 more. Touch the 8 and count on. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, we cannot have 2 digits in the 1 spot. We have made a 10 here. That's why it's 14. So we are going to take that 10 over here, carry the 1. 1 plus 4 plus 3. Let's add that together. So 1 plus 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 1, 2, 3, and we have 8. All right, great. Well, I hope again that you followed along with that. I know for some of you, you remember this, and so it was easy. For some of you, this was easy and you've forgotten how because you haven't practiced it in a while. It's just like a muscle. You have to practice using it over and over or it's not going to get any stronger. Remember those connections in your brain. They don't keep connecting as well if you don't practice it, okay? That's why so many grown-ups have forgotten everything they learned in high school. So, I'm going to put up some extra questions for you to practice on your own at home. I will go over them tomorrow so you can see how you did. And I hope that you will enjoy doing that. Once again, I'm going to pause so you don't have to watch me erase and write them. Here we go. Here are your questions. We have 52 plus 39, 44 plus 37, and 63 plus 17. Give them a try. Get someone else to give you questions. Make your own. Practice, practice, practice until this is as easy as you can imagine. And I will see you tomorrow and we'll go over the answers. Have a good day.